Hello.
Hi there.
Welcome to one of our horror movie reviews.
Yes.
Take two, because we just had a problem with our camera. So they don't want us talking about this movie. No, I don't know. Anyways, it's called Late Night with the Devil. It was very disturbing.
This movie's just so it's so creepy and it feels so realistic.
It was just creepy. And it was very realistic. It just, I don't know, it felt like you were watching an actual documentary on the show. And then between behind the scenes and then the actual show, it's like you got to watch the documentary first and then watch what happened on the night that this happened. And I need to watch it again because there's some backstory with the late night host that I missed at the very beginning of the movie a little bit. How he's connected to, spoilers, but he's connected to like some kind of cult.
Yes, it's this cult that basically had this demon kind of worshipped, and I believe it's the devil. But they were Satanists.
But to get to where
they killed all these people, and
yeah,
he loses his wife to cancer, which is actually really sad. And then he wants to do this talk show, which isn't getting a lot of views or isn't doing that well. It's called Night Owls, and they do this Halloween special with this man who is a
skeptic.
Before that, though, there's a guy that is this man.
Psychic.
He's a medium, and he can contact spirits and talk to them. He can feel the energy, and he's trying to talk to these guests about like ghosts and the ghosts that are trying to communicate with him, that were loved ones that belonged to, that were like family members, friends of these people in the audience or in the studio, and then it just kind of goes sour, and all of a sudden he starts getting this really negative energy that's like really strong, and he kind of goes crazy. Eventually it leads him to him throwing up black stuff all over the place, which is really disturbing and freaky. And then there's this guy who comes on that's skeptic, who witnesses not the first part of the interview but is backstage listening to it, and then sees the man vomiting, and then talks about how basically he has like all these, he's basically a skeptic and has answers for everything that happens, and saying, oh, he's just, doing this trick where like he holds the stuff down, he throws it up, and this and this and this, and you find out that the guy died after throwing up basically all his guts. Like he just pukes out all his guts, and he dies on the way to the hospital, which is really sad. And they continue to talk to the skeptic, then bring on these other two guests on who become the real, where the movie just really like goes into its full state. Comes full circle here with this little girl who is a girl who was possessed in the house of where they did some of these rituals, and now she's in the care of this woman who's a psychiatrist. It's almost like her her caretaker, her guardian, because her parents died because of what happened in that house, and she was the girl there, so she ends up being kind of possessed by this demon, and so sometimes she can almost become this entity that's inside of her, almost like The Exorcist, but I think scarier. I'm gonna argue this movie's scarier than The Exorcist, just because of how realistic and 3D it is.
Yeah.
So, you go. I'm just talking.
No, it was very enthralling. It was definitely one of those movies. There was a moment at the beginning where I was like, through certain guests, when the psychic was out at first, I was like, okay, when are we getting to the devil part?
Well, yeah, it starts off with a documentary. They start talking about like these characters and the guy who's doing the talk show. They give the backstory. But this is one of those movies where it starts off and you're kind of like, what is this movie going to be? And it's starting off kind of like it doesn't really get kicked off right away. But I have to say, I was glued to the screen the entire time, and I got chills. And there's times where I felt...
Yeah, he got scared.
Well, not scared. I got, like, it just disturbed me so much to where it was like one of the scariest movies I ever saw. I mean, I was just like upset, like energy wise upset after watching this movie for like an hour or two afterwards. I was just like very like edgy and like not like spooked, but more so like I felt so, I don't know, this movie made me feel very uncomfortable. Like it was so good, but it was, I don't know what it was. This movie unsettled me. It's one of those movies where like the concepts and the way things happened, it just messed with my brain after watching it, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it was creepy.
I don't get like it wasn't like one of those jump scare movies, but I just felt like
it's like movies like,
it was haunting. I think that's the word for it. It was just haunting.
It was kind of like, I'd relate this movie to maybe like Annabelle Creation, like how that movie scared me. Because
this was scarier than that.
The real aspects of the possession and the religious aspects behind it. Late Night with the Devil goes into that.
It does, but there's something about this movie.
Because there's just something about cults that creep me the fuck out.
Well, this movie, though, specifically, I don't know what it is. It does not feel like you're watching a movie. It feels like this is something that was taken off air, that was, like, banned, that actually happened.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't, but that is what you feel like you're watching, and you almost forget this is a movie.
And the performances are fabulous.
I forgot. I was watching a movie at one point, and I was just like, what the F? I was just... I was glued to screen. I did not want to leave for a second, but at the same time, I was like, this is so disturbing and so creepy. I can't think of better words to describe it. Like, I say that a lot, but it really is. Maybe it didn't face some people, but this movie, I think, is one of the scariest movies of the year. But this is the scariest movie of the year, I think, by far, and this is one of the scariest movies I've ever seen.
And the ending.
And nothing scares me. I've seen so many horror movies, nothing really scares me. This movie did, though.
Yeah, and the ending was pretty, like, what the fuck?
This is not one of those movies that I would watch it, like, all the time, or rewatch it often. I think, like, Abigail, Lisa Frankenstein are, like, more rewatchable, but there's something with this movie that is just so...
I think this is one of those movies...
stellar.
Set
you could watch it just a few times.
Halloween every year.
You could probably watch this a few times, but this is not one movie I would watch, like, a lot, but even when you watch it, just... Even if you watch it just once, I think once is almost enough. It's like one of those things where you watch it and you're like, that's really good, and now I'm going to, like, wait a while to watch it again.
Oh, yeah.
But I commend them for making this movie and doing something so bold. I really don't know if there's anything behind the sets. We talked about the Omen Curse, and all this other stuff. I wonder if we actually had any paranormal stuff that actually happened on set. If it did, it wouldn't surprise me at all, because this movie is heavily...
It's based on a true story. You didn't know that?
Shut up. But it has to do with contacting the devil. And, which, I mean, not everyone believes in the devil, but it has to do with contacting the devil.
A demon.
And I don't know. There's a lot of movies that do that, but I can't describe it. This movie just, I don't know what it was. This movie just, I thought was just creepy. I mean, people say The Exorcist is scary or The Omen is scary, but, like, this movie, I don't know. I think it's on a whole different level of zone, I thought. When I was watching this, I was like, okay. And
Yeah.
Like, this movie scared me on a different level. Those movies didn't really scare me. I thought there was some creepy stuff in it, but this movie was just... It was so realistic.
Yeah.
Start to finish. And it was so even in tone, and it just gradually increases. Like, this tone, the things that happen, some grisly deaths. So, I don't know. This movie is just... chilling to the bone, and one of the most cinematically unique and profound movies of the
Probably
year.
one of the best movies of the year.
Yeah.
Definitely in the top.
I don't know if it's my favorite, but it was so good, and it is one of my top 3 movies of the year. It's up there.
Yeah.
For sure. So definitely check this one out, but it's not for the faint of heart. So this is not like Abigail. It's not like some bloody vampire movie that you can go laugh at. This is like... actually like scary.
Feels real.
Like, I mean, I don't get scared by almost anything. This movie is just dark.
Yeah.
So go check it out. Thanks for watching our review, and like and follow for more, and we'll see you later.
Yes, like and follow for more.
That was Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah, go hang out with the devil.
Don't.
Yeah.
Would you not?
Bye.